Learn about the Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE, and how Trade License Zone can help you obtain this vital business document for your business. Certificate of Incorporation UAE 2023, a comprehensive guide. Paperwork is the lifeblood of a company. One of the most vital documents needed is a Certificate of Incorporation. It certifies that a business is established according to the laws of the United Arab Emirates, UAE. Trade License Zone will help you understand this critical step and guide you to obtain your Certificate of Incorporation. In this video, we'll cover the following. How to obtain a Certificate of Incorporation in UAE, step by step. Benefits of having a Certificate of Incorporation in UAE. Common mistakes to avoid when applying. Renewal and amendments. FAQs about Certificate of Incorporation in UAE. Why work with Trade License Zone? What is a Certificate of Incorporation? The Certificate of Incorporation is one of the most essential documents for starting a business in the UAE. The certificate, also commonly referred to as an incorporation certificate, is a legal document issued by a governing body or regulatory authority that recognizes the formation of a company or corporation. In the UAE, the document is issued by the Department of Economic Development, DED, or the Free Zone Authority where the business is established. Simply put, the Certificate of Incorporation's purpose is to certify a company's legal standing. It proves the company has been properly constituted and registered under UAE laws. Key components and details of the Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE include: company name, registration number, date of incorporation, registered office address, type of company, nature of business, share capital, details of directors and shareholders, duration of the company, governing authority's stamp and signature. How to obtain a Certificate of Incorporation in UAE, step by step. Here's a step-by-step guide to help your business obtain a Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE. Step 1. Partner with Trade License Zone. The first step in getting your Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE is to partner with Trade License Zone. Our specialist team will guide you on all aspects of your company formation, trade license application process, visas, and much more. Step number 2, select a business structure and jurisdiction. Determine the type of business structure you want to establish, such as an LLC, limited liability company, or a branch office. Once that's selected, you need to decide on the jurisdiction, in a free zone or on the mainland. Step 3, choose your business activities. Determine the primary nature of your business activities. This decision is crucial as certain business activities are specific to particular jurisdictions, or require special approvals and trade licenses. There are over 2,000 business activities to choose from, and failure to select the ones your business conducts can result in severe penalties. Step 4, choose a company name. Select a unique company name that adheres to the UAE's strict naming conventions. Avoid names that are already in use or violate UAE naming guidelines. You can check the availability of your chosen name on the DED's website before reserving your company name with DED, or the respective free zone authority. Step 5, obtain initial approval. Depending on your business activity and jurisdiction, seek initial approvals from the DED or free zone authority. This might include approvals from the Chamber of Commerce or specific industry regulators. Step 6, rent office space. Choose a location for your business, ensuring it meets any regulatory or size requirements. This could be an office, a retail space, or a warehouse. Step 7, apply for a trade license. Once you've been issued your initial approvals, you can apply for a trade license from the DED or your free zone authority. For this step, you must submit documentation, such as your company's memorandum of association, rental agreement, initial approvals, or trade name registration. Step 8, pay the licensing and registration fees. Upon receiving all necessary approvals, you'll be informed of the associated fees. Pay these promptly to avoid any delays in issuing the Certificate of Incorporation. Step 9, obtain the Certificate of Incorporation. Once the respective authority verifies all documents, and upon receipt of the fees, they will issue the Certificate of Incorporation, officially marking your company's existence. Step 10, open a corporate bank account. With the Certificate of Incorporation in hand, you can now approach banks in the UAE to open a corporate bank account, enabling you to begin trading. Benefits of having a Certificate of Incorporation in UAE. A Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE enables companies to conduct business activities, open corporate bank accounts, rent office space, obtain visas for directors, shareholders, and employees, and secure contracts. The most significant aspect of a Certificate of Incorporation is that it protects businesses from personal liability. Directors and shareholders are not held personally responsible for any debts or legal matters experienced by the company. Another benefit of having a Certificate of Incorporation includes facilitating ownership transfer. It makes this process straightforward, especially for companies with share structures. Common mistakes to avoid when applying. Acquiring a Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE can be complex. Even with the most meticulous preparations, there are pitfalls that businesses can fall into. Avoiding the common mistakes when applying for an incorporation certificate can save you time, money, effort, and resources. One of the most common mistakes is submitting an application with missing or incomplete documents. Always follow a checklist provided by the DED or Free Zone Authority, and consider seeking guidance from experts familiar with the UAE's business registration processes, such as Trade License Zone. Choosing a business name that's already in use or violates UAE naming conventions is another common mistake to avoid. This can lead to immediate rejection. Before finalizing a business name, conduct a thorough name availability check and ensure it meets the UAE-specific naming conventions. Trade License Zone's highly experienced team is ready to guide you through this process to save you time, money, effort, and resources. Contact us today. Renewal and amendments. Your journey has not ended when you've obtained your Certificate of Incorporation. Companies must ensure their certificates remain valid and reflect changes in their corporate structure or operations. Renewal process. The process of renewing the Certificate of Incorporation is simple. The certificate will include an expiry date, and it is critical to avoid any lapse in validity. To renew it, you must prepare the necessary documents, such as the current Certificate of Incorporation, financial statements, and any other documents requested by the DED or your Free Zone Authority. Submit the renewal application form and supporting documents to the relevant authority, and pay the stipulated renewal fees to complete the process. Upon verification and approval of your application, the authority will issue a renewed Certificate of Incorporation. Amendments process. If you need to make amendments or changes to the certificate, the first step is to determine the changes and identify what aspect of the company needs to be updated. It may be changes to the company name, business activities, shareholder structure, or registered address. Gather all necessary information and documents that validate the proposed changes, such as board resolutions, amended Memorandum of Association, MOA, or other official documents reflecting the proposed changes. Submit the amendment application and necessary documentation to the relevant authority. Depending on the nature of the changes or amendments, there may be associated fees. These must be paid before the authority can validate and approve the amendments. After verification, the authority will issue an amended Certificate of Incorporation reflecting your requested changes. FAQs about Certificate of Incorporation in UAE. Navigating the intricacies of the UAE's corporate framework can raise numerous questions. Here are some frequently asked questions regarding the Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE. 1. How long does it take to get a Certificate of Incorporation? The waiting time varies depending on the respective issuing authority and the completeness of the provided documentation. However, once all the necessary paperwork is submitted, businesses can typically expect to receive their certificate within a few days to 2 weeks. 2. What's the cost associated with obtaining the certificate? The cost of getting the certificate depends on several factors, such as the type of trade license, business activities, industry, and more. The cost associated with obtaining an incorporation certificate starts from AED 6,000. 3. Can foreign entities apply for a Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE? Yes, foreign entities can obtain a Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE. Free zones offer the easiest path to obtaining the certificate. 4. What is the typical validity period of the certificate? The certificate is usually valid for 1 year. However, this can vary depending on the specific regulations of the issuing authority. 5. What are the consequences of not having a Certificate of Incorporation in the UAE? Operating without a valid certificate of incorporation is illegal in the UAE. Companies found in violation can face hefty fines, legal actions, and potential closure of the business. Why work with Trade License Zone? In the intricate landscape of business setup in the UAE, having a reliable partner can make all the difference. At Trade License Zone, we understand the complexities of obtaining a certificate of incorporation. Our expert team is dedicated to simplifying your journey. With years of experience in the UAE's business environment, we can provide invaluable insights and guidance throughout the process. We can save you time, money, effort, and resources while ensuring compliance with all legal requirements. From initial approvals to trade license applications, office space, visa applications, and more, Trade License Zone offers services to streamline your business setup needs. When the time comes for renewals or amendments to your Certificate of Incorporation, we can assist you through the process swiftly and seamlessly.